Samurai. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the, well, no holds barred, our little bookend for our journeys that we've been on here on the channel. And as you can see, we have recently finished Spyro, the Reignited trilogy. Well, okay, not Spyro, the Reignited trilogy. We finished Spyro the Dragon Reignited, made by they're originally by Insomniac Games, but remade? I suppose remade is more accurate, by ToysForBob. And oh good lord, they've done a fantastic job. Oh, and yes, as you can see, 120%, all done. Well, 120 up there. 120%. We have done absolutely everything in the game. There's nothing else for us to do apart from maybe a few achievements, but we'll do them after we've finished all 3 of the games soon. TM, just because they're a bit of a jumbled mess on Steam, and I don't want to go through faffing around with trying to work out which one's for which game. But yes, there we go. So, in terms of the game, absolutely brilliant. I have had an absolute blast with this game. The graphics look really, really good. Absolutely fantastic. The soundtrack's brilliant. I won't say it's going to be one that I listen to on repeat. For what it is, it's absolutely, in the context of the game, fantastic soundtrack. Story, pretty basic. A dragon insults a character called Nasty Nork, who then turns all of the dragons into crystal, apart from Spyro, who then goes off and saves all the dragons and defeats Nasty Nork. Bare bones story, pretty basic. But where the charm comes, this game just is oozing with charm and a lot of comedy. It's sort of that old... When did this game, the original, come out? Early 2000s? Somewhere 90s, early 2000s, sort of. That sort of humour where it was not cynical or political or anything, it's just goofy. And I love that. It's like watching an old British sitcom. It's just a bit of goofy nonsense and I love it. So yes, I've pretty much loved all the characters. I love Spyro, he's brilliant. And yes, I can't remember the name of his dragonfly. I keep calling him Sputnik. I think it's Sparks or something, or Starks or William. It doesn't matter. Either way, I've called him Sputnik. But yes, gameplay-wise, and that's where this game really shines, it's a platformer. It's one of the original OG sort of 3D platformery games. PS1, I think it came out on the PS1, or was it PS2? My history on this game is pretty limited considering I never actually played it when it first came out. This is my first time actually playing this game, for reference, so yes, it's been an absolute blast. Gameplay-wise, can't fault it. The platforming feels tight. Some of the controls were... I wouldn't have minded being able to zoom the camera out a bit more. I sort of adjusted to it over the course of the game, but at the start it felt like I was very close to Spyro, so a way of changing the settings to zoom the camera out would have been nice. But yeah, in terms of gameplay, the platforming feels tight, the mechanics feel tight, the game just in general feels very tight. Sprax. Apparently that's the name of the dragonfly. Go figure, I'm going to stick with Sputnik. But there you go. Fairly easy game to 100%. Didn't have too much trouble. Did it in about 10 hours. Which is very... Considering most of the games I play take me into the 100+ hours, it's a very short game for me, and it's a very fun game. It didn't outstay its welcome. It had plenty of fantastic moments, at least in terms of character dialogue. In terms of level design, I can't fault it. It feels like such a tightly made game, and it's brilliant. I really want to see where the devs... Insomniac, to be exact. So, as far as my understanding is, this is pretty much just the original game remade using current technologies and polished up. So I want to see... So obviously ToysForBob have done a fantastic job with remastering it, but I also want to see where the DNA of this franchise took it. Mainly, I want to see where Insomniac went with Spyro 2, because the sequel should have built off the brilliance of this game. So hopefully Insomniac managed to pull it off. Don't know, not going to look too deeply into it, because to be honest, I want to experience it for myself, so sue me. But yes, all in all, short game, sweet game, brilliantly fun. I definitely recommend picking this one up if you get the chance. I think it's going fairly cheap in the Steam sales now anyway. But yeah, what will I think of the other games? Who knows? Only time will tell. But we've got... Well, at the time of recording, our next game is going to be The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, so don't expect another No Holds Barred for the next 6 months. But, you know what, until then, that's pretty much my thoughts on this game. As always, if you've got any questions, if you want to pick my brain about any more of this game, or of any of the other games, there we go, that I've covered here on the channel, feel free to drop a comment down below, feel free to... Fry? Don't fry me. No, feel free to grab me when I'm streaming, twitch.tv/GuardEzio. The links all in the panels, in the comments there. Comment summary, whatever, the box thing down below. You know where it is. You're a savvy, beautiful person who's used YouTube vast quantities of time. I'm sure you know what I mean when I say the text box down below. Anyway, with that said, that's all I've got to say on this game. So, to each and every one of you, may you all have a beautiful evening, morning, or afternoon, wherever it is around this whole wide world you are. And as always, until our paths next cross again, the vortex awaits. And I'll see you all next time.